Alright, how's it going, everybody? Been a little bit. Non-stream, just recording on this one. So we are currently at, it's been a little bit since I picked back up on the Up and Over tour that I had done a video on a little while back. So as of right now, we have made it to Tuna Lake Lodge. So we're going to head north, and we're going to head north to Anaheim Lake, whatever you want to call it. So we're only got a couple more stops left on this trip. So flying the 210 again today. So pretty straightforward flight. Nothing really major. We'll go out probably this way and head on up. We do have a nav aid of I don't know why. Sometimes I just like blank. NDB. A blank. A little bit of weather out here. I don't think that's going to be an issue or factor for us. So let's take a look at what the WindSec's doing. Okay, looks like it's down that way. All right, so let's get her started. Let's get this down here. Oh. All right, we are on. Let's go on the. We're about ready to hit the top of the hour, so I'm going to go on the right tank. All right. Let's clear that out. We're going to go beacon on. Make sure everything's mapped right. All right, good. All right, throttle out. Mixture in. All right. And we are flying with the rep package on the 210. So okay, so it's saying we're already flooded, so I'm going to pull the mixture out. Get a little bit of prime in here. All right. Mixture out, throttle in. Might be a hard one right here. We're cold and we're flooded. All right, don't want to go too far. Let's try that again. Hold off there. Let's get a normal prime in here. 1, 2. Two bumps in. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Make sure out. Prop full in. All right. Don't want to burn her out, so we'll just keep. All right, we'll turn the battery off. I want to make sure that we didn't burn down the battery on that. We're still good. Wait a couple seconds here. I kind of don't know why it got stuck on. Probably because I left the mixture on. No, the mixture was off, or the fuel selector was off, so I don't know why. Did that. Alright. Alright, mixture in and pull. There we go. Alright, let's get back to 1,000, let it warm up. Alright. Alright, she's warming up now. Alright, so we don't really have any ATIS up here in Canada, so I'm going to take a look at active sky. We got 3009. Alright. And if you guys are wondering, I am planning on getting back into the pilotage flight on the Pacific Crest Trail. It's just been pretty busy, and it's definitely not something I want to tackle while being a little bit sleep deprived, or not sleep deprived, but just kind of mental clarity. Let's turn some lights on. Let's get that alternator on, avionics on. Alright, I am going to get rid of, actually I'm just going to drop that down. Go down a little bit more. Alright, been a little bit since I've flown. I'm going to get flaps down one notch. Actually, let's get back into flaps down one notch. Everything looks good. Turn the taxis on. Pitot heat for a little bit just to warm her up. We shouldn't have to. We're looking pretty good right now. Alright, set the DG. We got 15 and a half, 155. Correction, 145. 145. Oh, it's synced anyway. All right. Let's throw our NDB in there just so we can get it. It's 200. So let's get that in there. And our cruise for today is looking like 85. We'll do that. Oh. 200. Probably not going to pick that up for a little bit. About 65 nautical mile flight. Alright, cowls are open. Trim is set for takeoff. Looking good right there. And we're squawking VFR. Alright, good deal. Pattern's clear, looks good. Alright, so we are at elevation, we're at 4,000, so I'm going to try not to make sure that I have, kind of have this leaned out a little bit here for good ops. Alright, let's taxi down here, and we'll get lined up with the runway. Temperatures are still a little bit low. We'll kind of still wait. Get this taxi. Try to lean out a little bit more. I should close. I'm going to close the cowls for a little bit. Get the temps up. Beautiful scenery. I don't remember exactly who did the scenery, but I'm pretty sure it was a package on the org forum. Ooh, not enough fuel. Oh, and I almost killed it too. Pretty much get set up to depart in this area. Beautiful little scenery here. Alright, landing's gonna come on, taxi come off, strobe on, nav on. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna depart straight out from where you see and make a quick, we're gonna turn right about where the compass is, the wet compass is right out there. Climb at, let me get my chart out here. Whoop. Refresh my numbers here. Sorry. And everything. Check that out, actually. All right. So let's go. Normal climb, 105, 120, 30 inches HG, and 2500 RPM. Make sure to lean to 120. All right. All right, temperatures are good. Let's open up the cowls back again. Fuel pump on. And here we go. Make sure my ACARS is running. All right, good deal. It is. And here we go. All right, there's 60. Looking for 70. And rotate. A little bit, takes a little bit to get up. All right, positive rate, gear up. And I am failing to do a good job today right here. All right, so let's trim down just a little bit there. And let's retract flaps. Retrim. Try to trim for 105. And let's get the power in there for 2500. And 30 RPM, or manifold. Let's get that down to 120 on the mixture. Alright, it's just barely going to clear that ledge there. Doing good. 55, looking for 85. Make a nice little turn to the left here. Let's try to trim out for 105.
500.
So there's a good climb there. Everything all stable. Pull a little bit of a mixture. A little bit bumpy. So right off to the right here, as soon as we clear this ridge right here, we will make a right turn, heading to the north. trim here. Pull a little bit more mixture. Passing through 7. And let's make this turn right here. Might not be able to make it at 8.5. We got a little bit of a cloud cover going. So it's starting to get a little bit darker. So we're probably gonna have to go 6.5. I mean, it looks like it's gonna clear up a little bit towards the north, but knowing the way that active sky usually represents some of this stuff, that it's probably gonna be safer to stay at 6.5. And we really have nothing to worry about on altitude. So I'm gonna throw a little bit more fuel in, and we'll descend down to 6.5. And we'll get all squared away and set up for alright, coming down from 7. Take a nice little exterior shot real quick. Looking good. Alright, coming down 6.8. And let me get my chart out for okay, so we're at about 10. I'm looking for 6.5. We're almost there. Pull the charts out. And I'm looking for power settings right now just for our cruise. A little bit of a tweak on the power. Okay, cruise. So we're looking at 65. Alright, so 6,000. Alright, anything less than 70 power is where you want it. And our NDB just came in, so that's good. Alright, so 2300. I think we're at 0 ISA, so 2300 and 23 and 28. 23 and 28, and that ended up being head down right now, so 23.28 at 89 pph. Alright, so let's pull the prop 23, and there's 28 on the manifold, and we'll get down to and coming down a little bit too much. And we'll come down to, I'll make sure my fuel pump's off. Kind of got something. Alright, fuel pump's off, and I want to get right about 90. So we're right about there right now. Turn track IR back on. Alright, looking good and good cruise. And a slight climb to get back up to 65. And there we are. And that's bush or very outback-ish flying, right? No navigational aid other than NDBs and visual reference. It's good to fly like this every once in a while. You train, I like to say that if you train on things that you have an idea, if everything fails, like GPSs, that you can always help navigate yourself, especially if you're looking at getting a PPL or whatnot. The sim is where you can train this stuff, for sure. Let's check our temps. EGT looks really good. Could probably close down the cowls even more. 161 on the ground speed, not bad. Alright, 6,400. So we're almost there. A little bumpy. As still expected, if you caught any of the other videos I had in British Columbia, accidentally cut British Columbia's ortho at ZL17, but very impressed with it. By far, it's probably been some of my most enjoyable and realistic looking flights. I mean, look at out the windscreen right now. I mean, if you can't get the perspective right now that we're flying in a beautiful area of British Columbia, I don't know what else will do it for you. Alright, 65. Let me get that trim reset right there. Looks good. And we can shut our landing light off for now. So, visual reference, if we're looking at our NDB, I mean, we can shoot right for those two little hump mountains right in front of us. And we'll keep ourselves avoiding everything else. Paying attention to clouds. Probably want to jump back outside for a second here and get some more shots. That's a nice shot. Ultra weather's making the rivers and lakes look really good right now. interested to see how long it'll take for the new update to come out. I know the guy working on Ultra Weather has been working really hard on the newest version. There's a couple of new renders of some of the clouds and texturing that he did. You can catch those on the Facebook Ultra Weather for XP forum, I guess, if you want to call it that. But it looks good. I mean, he's working towards the volumetric that you see out of XEnviro right now. And I think that's a lot what some of us in the weather add-on group of XPers is looking for, is something that is in between XEnviro and what Ultra Weather's putting out. We find something right in between there, it definitely will be the thing. Everything's going to come in as a cost, as you know. You get a more realistic flight experience, and then you might pay the price on frames. So it's definitely a balancing act, and definitely appreciate the hard work that they put in for this stuff. So with the NDB, pretty much don't have any distance, but I can just put in the flight plan to so we are going to CAJ4. Let's see if it's in there. It's not in there. Oh. Visual reference wise, see a nice little range over there. Those two mountains that we kind of rolled over. Kind of looking on the map. Looks like we're, well, there's that big river behind us over there. So we're about halfway. A little more than halfway, actually.
2,500.
Thank you. You keep forgetting to shut that off. It's nice in some instances of having the airline call out for altitude. But I found yesterday it messed me up too on the let me take a look here. All right, so still tracking the NDB in. Can zoom out, see if we'll catch something. See, I think I just caught it for a second there, and then it goes away. That's odd. Okay, so we can get ourselves set up and ready to go as far as trying to figure out So Anaheim Lake is at 3639, so our pattern altitude we're looking for is 46, which means we're going to have 2,000 feet to descend, not very much at all. So 500 feet per minute, we're looking at 4 minutes of descent time. So let's see if we can get any information on Anaheim Lake. So runways is gonna be 1331. I'll set my heading bug on that just so that I mental reference. As we already said, so 3936, plenty of length for this aircraft. Altitude 3639. So 45. 46. So I'm gonna look on the map for these two lakes that I'm crossing. So it looks like that might be, we might be a little bit off track right now, but those two look like it right there. Let's see if there's a mountain alongside of us at 7.3. Not seeing that. We're at 6.7, so something should be higher than us. That's interesting. But our big visual is definitely going to be this Y-shaped lake. Once we see that, then we know we're almost at the NDB. Want to hit a 296 for 6 miles off of that, so be paying attention to that one. So there's the lake right there, what it looks like. Yeah, so there's the Y-shaped lake right there. So we're not far away. Let's check our temps. Temps are up a little bit, but we're all good. Still looking good on the manifold. Still looking good. It looks like we're a little bit high on the manifold. We need to go down just a tick. Right there. So I know some of the biggest news around is the latest shots coming out for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Absolutely gorgeous. That's all I gotta say on that note. If you want to get my thoughts on it, looks gorgeous. After visually looking at it numerous times, some of the trailers that you can see on YouTube and whatnot, I'm wondering if you look at it and think about it, it literally has any and every of the best add-ons for X-Plane you could possibly put in it. You know, full ortho coverage, a full package of custom scenery for buildings and all that, kind of just like the Mr. X package that just came out to change and correct land classes and all that. And I'm blanking right now, just the the way that buildings are getting located and what the graphics on those are. So we know that Google Earth is kind of giving those 3D models to that system. You got full ortho from pretty much everything you can see. What visually looks almost all the way down to zoom level 16 or 17. So, and then you have what looks to be some fantastic flight dynamics displayed in some of the spins that I've seen. And then you have something that X-Plane hasn't achieved yet, and some of the most realistic and dynamic weather that you can find. So my thing with that, and I'm just gonna give my rant screen up. So my thing with that is that how is that achievable? Where is the con going to come from, or where is the performance? Because you almost already need a pretty solid gaming computer to be able to run X-Plane with the just the scenery you see right here. X-Plane or not X-Enviro, Ultra Weather, ZL17 ortho and here, and I don't have crazy settings. I think I got the graphics down to high there, high visual, high on texture, so not too bad. The anti-alias, and I wish I could go up a little bit higher on, but I am running a 1050 Ti graphics card, so I didn't by any stretch of the imagination break the bank on building this thing, but it is a little bit outdated. So, but this is a fantastic display of a sim right now. So my question is, what is it going to take to be able to run Microsoft 2020? So, and how is it going to be delivered? Like I said, the beautiful looking product right now. It's defying our expectations every day and every screenshot that comes out. So where's going to be the trade-off? And so, like, is the scenery going to be more of like, remember, you're talking about like a Microsoft, so is it going to be more of like a Steam type thing where it's going to be DLCs for locations of the world or something like that? I'll be completely honest with you, I have not paid attention to forums or anything like that, so if I'm off base on any of my assumptions, it's just clearly because I have not been paying attention at all to any forums or postings on it. Will I get Microsoft 2020 someday? Like I said, if there's not huge trade-offs and I could run it tomorrow, I may have that. But right now, I can't complain with what I got. And the real reality, I've talked to a couple of buddies about this the other day, is the real reality is I'm hoping to be spending my time in a real plane this time next year anyway. So, it's not going to hurt me to have the latest and greatest flight sim. But like I said, as far as being an absolutely beautiful flight sim, I'm impressed. I've been out of school for almost a year now on my business degree, and I actually wrote about the competition with flight sims and all that in a paper. And at that point in time, of course, nobody knew. And that was the other thing that kills me about Microsoft 2020, is that they're able to put together what, in my opinion, still Laminar hasn't done, and still P3 hasn't done, virtually under the radar. Nobody knew it was coming, which is pretty crazy to think, with social media the way it is and everything, everybody knowing everything nowadays, how crazy it was that they were able to pull that off without anybody knowing about this is pretty interesting. Alright, so we're in beginning phases of our descent. We get down, as we said before, we really only need a 500 foot per minute descent. Take a look at the weather we got here. And should be straight in. We'll see 306, so we'll readjust for that. And wind is 252 at 3 knots. 252, so a little bit of crosswind here. So, Alright, so there's 5. We're only going to 4.6. So we're going to trim that back up. We'll go full prop. I'm going to go full mixture, and then I'm going to pull it back just slightly. Alright, it wants gear down, so gear's coming down. And that was a little bit early. Alright, so let's trim up. Hold 45. Give it a little bit more power. We'll go 1 notch flaps. Landing lights back on, strobes off. So I feel a crosswind in there. And it looks like we need a little bit of a steep approach in here, so I'm gonna hold off. Go another notch of flaps. Gear is down and locked. And there's 80. Alright, so we're going to start dumping a little bit. Alright, fuel full. Fuel pump on. We're going to... Alright. Lined up nice. Look like we're sinking a little bit faster. Alright, 3.6 is our touchdown. Looks a little high. Actually must be a small little strip because it looked I thought I was high, really high. Still feel like I need to pull power here.
400.
Alright, I'm gonna get 1 more notch flaps in.
$300. 200.
Alright, dip the wing into the wind. Rudder to correct.
100. 50. 40. 30.
Getting a little slow.
20.
Early flare, bad early flare.
10.
That was not my best landing at all with this plane. Alright, but oh, look at that. That's actually looking really nice. Nice little airport here. Alright, flaps up. Got them all up. Let's lean for ground ops. Let's open up the cowls. Nice little job on the scenery by somebody. And if I didn't catch it, if I didn't say it at the beginning, this is one of the tours that Alaskair Virtual Airline Group has to offer as a nice little task, starting from Idaho and making its way all the way to makes it all the way back to Alaska, but I don't remember which one it is. I don't know if it is Talkeetna or oh, look here. All right. So we made it. Let's set that parking brake right there. Avionics can come off. We'll open the cowls and pull the mixture. All right, I gotta make sure that I get that toggling set up on the fuel pump. The 210 is what we're gonna be taking on the next leg of the Pacific Trail journey in California, and we'll be doing that on Palage. My goal and hope is to be doing that tomorrow on stream, and then push that over to YouTube as usual. But hope you guys enjoyed the flight. Wasn't a little bit boring on some aspects, but and the landing could have been a lot better. But hope you guys enjoyed the scenery and beauty. Like I said, check out the Alaskair Facebook page to get more information, or you can go right straight to the website alaskairvirtual.com and check it out. Great group of people. Beautiful flights, and I'm telling you, flying in Alaska is my go-to at this point in time. Even though I live in Florida, I'm really digging and enjoying the scenery that Alaska offers. So, well, thanks again, and glad you can join. Take care.